Agent testifies defendant accused in Arbery's killing said he had an instinct the black jogger had done something wrong. Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael and William Roddie, Bryan Jr. are accused of chasing Arbery in vehicles and killing him on February 23, 2020, in Brunswick, Georgia. Defense lawyers have argued the men were attempting to make a citizen's arrest and Travis McMichael shot Arbery in self-defense as both wrestled over a shotgun. Arbery's family has said he was out for a jog when he was shot and killed. Georgia Bureau of Investigation Assistant Special Agent in Charge Jason Sechrist testified Bryan told him during a May 11, 2020, interview, more than 2 months after the shooting, he knew Gregory McMichael from seeing him around the neighborhood but said he did not know his son, Travis McMichael. The interviews were conducted while Bryan's attorney, Kevin Goff, was also present. Bryan told Sechrist a trailer had gone missing from his house in the Satilla Shores neighborhood in 2019 but he did not report it because it was not locked up and he was not sure exactly when it went missing, and added his brother-in-law had some petty things stolen, according to the interview transcript.
Bryan did not mention knowing anything about burglaries in the neighborhood and did not know Arbery before the shooting, nor had he heard his name before, the agent testified. In a May 13, 2020, interview, Bryan told Sechrist he was doing work on his porch when the sound of someone running and a vehicle engine caught his attention, the agent testified. Bryan told the agent he said, "You got him. You need help," but not loudly, and said he did not believe anybody heard him, according to the interview transcript. Bryan said in the interview he then went and grabbed his keys, I guess just to go see what was going on, if anything needed to be done, if I could help. According to the transcript, I'm thinking through my mind that maybe he's done something, the guy running, Bryan said. According to the interview transcript. Bryan said he tried to slow down Arbery during the chase to get a picture of him, so something would happen in the end other than just him getting away and cops not knowing who he was. Sechrist testified he asked Bryan why police would need to know who Arbery was. "Because I figured he had done something wrong," Bryan responded, according to the transcript. "I didn't know for sure." When the agent asked Bryan what made him think Arbery had done something wrong, Bryan said, "It was just instinct, man. I don't know." According to the interview transcript, "I figured he stole something," Bryan later added, according to the transcript. The defendants are charged with malice and felony murder in connection with the killing. They also face charges of aggravated assault, false imprisonment and criminal attempt to commit a felony. All have pleaded not guilty. If convicted, each man could face life in prison without the possibility of parole. The court adjourned Friday evening during cross-examination from the defense, which is expected to continue Monday morning. Defense attorney apologizes over black pastor's comments earlier on Friday. Goff, Bryan's attorney, apologized after he objected a day earlier to civil rights leader Reverend Al Sharpton attending the trial to support the victim's family. "I will let the court know that if my statements yesterday were overly broad, I will follow up with a more specific motion on Monday putting those concerns in the proper context. And my apologies to anyone who might have inadvertently been offended," Goff said. On Thursday, Goff decried what he saw as a precedent, where we're going to bring high-profile members of the African American community into the courtroom to sit with the family during the trial in the presence of the jury, adding that's intimidating and it's an attempt to pressure. The judge told Goff he did not object to Sharpton taking the place of an Arbery family member as long as there were no disruptions. In Georgia's majority-white Glynn County, where the trial is taking place, race has played a central role in the case. The 3 defendants in the case are white, as are 11 of 12 jurors. Goff said Thursday he had nothing personally against Sharpton, adding, "We don't want any more black pastors coming in here or other Jesse Jackson, whoever was in here earlier this week, sitting with the victim's family trying to influence a jury in this case." In a statement Friday, Reverend Jesse Jackson, who has not yet attended the trial, said he will be in court next week, adding Goff does not have a right to overrule family decisions as to who can and who can't attend their son's accuser's trial. At Friday's lunch break, Jason Sheffield, attorney for Travis McMichael, called Goff's comment totally asinine, ridiculous and said, "In no way do we want to exclude anybody from this process." Multiple calls about trespassing. Robert Trash, a Glynn County police officer who interacted with homeowner Larry English Jr., also testified earlier Friday about his contact with English and his response to calls of trespassing at the property. Rash said he responded to at least 3 calls from English about trespassers on his property but was never able to locate the individuals the homeowner saw on his surveillance cameras. Rash said he talked to 10 to 20 people in the neighborhood as he attempted to find out who was entering English's home and said he had no knowledge of Arbery stealing anything from the site. In late October, English sent him video of an individual entering his property and told the officer he wanted the person found. The officer testified. Rash talked to Gregory McMichael while responding to a call about another trespassing incident reported at the English home, just a few days before Christmas 2020. The officer was aware of Gregory McMichael's law enforcement experience and said he thought McMichael could help identify the person going into the home. McMichael asked the officer to pass on his contact information to English. On February 11, 2020, Rash responded to a burglary in progress call in the neighborhood, called in by Travis McMichael. Body camera video presented to the jury showed both Travis McMichael and Gregory McMichael were present at the construction site while officers searched the area. Rash testified the call ended up being classified as a trespassing call. At the beginning of the video, officers can be seen going into the dark home with their flashlights yelling Glynn County Police with their weapons drawn. The deputies had their guns out because dispatch had alerted them the person in the house may be armed, Rash said during cross-examination. Gregory McMichael is heard in the video telling Rash, "Travis just walked down there. He's going in from our backyard to check back this way. He's armed, by the way."
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.